Welcome back, viewers. In the early hours of May 7, Indian armed forces launched Operation Sindoor and took action targeting the terror launchpads in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. At least 5 hardcore terrorists affiliated to banned terror outfits Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed have been identified as among those killed in the Indian strikes in Pakistan under the Operation Sindoor on that day. The funerals of these terrorists were attended by the senior Pakistan army officers and police personnel. This is what in fact transpired after Pakistan clearly reiterated that their army is not with the terrorists. What was seen even on the funerals was a complete denial of these claims. Ambassador Manju Seth, who is a former diplomat, is joining me live on the broadcast, along with Sanjeev Srivastava, who is also joining me live on the broadcast. Ms. Seth, thank you very much, in fact, for joining me live on the broadcast. Thank you very much. What we are, in fact, looking at this point of time, a crucial meeting has taken place. The ceasefire violation has been reported, while even in the midnight address that has been made by the Pakistan Prime Minister, the admission for the violation has not been witnessed. But it is, in fact, no denying that just hours after the ceasefire deal and the peacemaking deal from both the ends was restored, Pakistan then resorted back to its own bad habits. What is your take on to how exactly this is going to be even more crucial time for India to monitor its territorial spaces and also to keep a very close eye on what happens next?
Absolutely, we cannot let our state of alertness down at all. We have to be absolutely aware that Pakistan sometimes or mostly is not very dependable or not very trustworthy when it comes to such statements. As we saw, even after the announcement of the ceasefire, there were these sort of drone attacks, etc., taking place on Indian soil. So I think we have to be very alert. We cannot let down our defenses even for a moment. And the fact that this has happened, that there's been a ceasefire, is welcome, and we can only hope that that the Pakistani side sticks to its commitment to the ceasefire, and when the negotiations take place, we will be able to negotiate. We should be able to negotiate from a position of strength and to get our conditions agreed to. Mainly, the main one being that end of terror support by Pakistan and support to terror in terrorist attacks in India. And as we've made it very clear, if there is even one terror attack again, it will be taken as attributable to Pakistan, will be considered an act of war. So I think this is a very clear message that we have given, and we have to be aware that we have to be careful and aware that Pakistan cannot be fully relied on in such circumstances. But given that the geopolitical and the different aspects of what has transpired, and the fact that the US has taken an active role in putting pressure on Pakistan to go for a ceasefire, it is hoped and expected that they will hold the ceasefire, and during the negotiations we should be able to achieve what we set out to do. Of course, the fact that the ceasefire has taken place when we were, in a commanding position, it would have left many disappointed, because they would have liked, most people in India would have liked that it goes through fully, whatever was intended to be done. But that was not our aim, and we've been advocating peace and dialogue for all wars. So it was incumbent on us also to some extent to negotiate, to go in for a ceasefire deal. But how it pans out, we have to wait and see.